The victim's guilt. Who wants to take us through that?
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll own it.
Beauty. Go for it.
We can start now. The victim's guilt. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig two graves. Confucius. My name is Cain. Being the first mortal and the first murderer, I am ultimately bully and ultimate victim. I thus have a vested interest in understanding all I can about karma, free will, and destiny. Specifically, why did I create the painful reality I created? I am also the first to serve the Lord of Karma, a name whose 4 Hebrew letters can be felt as the power of accountability. Indeed, it is only by being true to my word that I stand a chance to grow self-esteem, cultivate compassion, and transcend my fate. However, my accountability is no easy matter. While I want to make my own informed choices, I won't accept the consequences of my decisions. Truth be told, I'm like a child. I want to do what I want, but ultimately, I'd like you to pick up the pieces. It's like wanting to drink all I want today and refusing to accept tomorrow's hangover.
So, what speaks to you particularly?
Oh, this week, I had the revelation that I want to show up to life as an adult and stopped. There's places where I show up as a child, like still wanting to be nurtured, still wanting to be taken care of, and in that revelation, I realized like how much my needs weren't met as a child emotionally. I had a roof, I had food, but like didn't have attention, didn't have like quality time with my parents, or didn't feel heard in that household, and it just feels like it feels crippling to be honest, but it doesn't feel unfixable, and I'm willing to do the work to get there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're the best. We all
Yep.
are. But it's nice to hear someone speaking those words. Thank you. Please continue.
To put things into context, my parents, Adam and Eve, had just been kicked out of paradise when they had me. As the firstborn, I inherited most of the concentrated essence of good genes, but also of bad genes. Talk about being a victim of biology. Ugh. This produced a marked tendency to break the law in a bigger way than they had done before. Ah, the sins of the parents, which visit the children up in the third and fourth generations, is no joke.
So let's stop here a moment. Can you see your parents inside you?
Yeah.
Their virtues and their sins equally. Can you see how you grew them? Like their virtues became bigger through you. So did their vices. Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd just like to add something. This morning I opened my computer because I was doing some work, and I had one of the replies from my 7x7 from Maha, and I reread my submission, which was, just kind of going, ugh, why do I always forget? Kind of, why do I always forget my power? Dot 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 dot, and it went on. And Maha's response was, it takes a lifetime to forget, but only a moment to remember the truth. And I was like, thank God. Thank God it only takes a moment to remember the truth. So there was a lot of hope in that.
Beauty. Thank you, dear one.
And here's what I don't get. Why my mother called me Cain, a name which Hebrew means possessed by jealousy. Is it for me to contribute to feel that I'm fallen, not enough, unworthy? As it happened, I felt utterly powerless to be recognized for my gifts. Conversely, my brother Abel had no issue getting God's love, approval, and recognition. Seeing that I could not succeed, I was so angry that I ended up killing him. I had to get even. If retaliating is so high on my list, it is because I feel helpless. Henceforth, my story is really about healing my relationship to power. Indeed, it is only when I can take a wholesome use of power that the guilt will stop.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Making a wholesome use of power.
Yeah, and I think for me in particular, having grown up in a household where my mom picked favorites, I was never her favorite, right? And my younger brother was always a favorite. I think it's very. I'm relating to Cain.
Yeah,
Being able.
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. This is how profound that story, how humanly profound the story of the first mortal, who also became the first murderer. And when we really get the meaning of the names, it becomes even more so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of the names, if you would read the notes at the bottom.
On expressing the omnipotence of innocence. 1. In English, the best conveyor of Hebrew thus far, I can't, contains the letters of Cain and Abel of Abel. Both names hint at the core of the work, the acquisition of wholesome power as a development of consciousness. 2. In Hebrew, the letters of Cain, possessed by jealousy, reorganized to write the word Cani for innocent.
And it's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a murderer and I am innocent.